Thank you very much, and spot on. I think we can drop the E from e-commerce because it is just commerce and new commerce. But today, focusing on private label and what Amazon are doing with that. And if you think Amazon and private label isn't a bit of a threat, then hopefully after this, you will recognize that it is, because it really is one of their biggest bets at the moment, and it is a big threat for manufacturers and brands. And we're going to look through some bigger issues of why it is becoming a big priority, and really looking at how they're going to favour their brands. And they're going to favour their own brands. So you can bet your bottom dollar that she who shall not be named at the moment, this one on the table here, will recommend Amazon private label over any other brands. And they've also got a formidable amount of data. He who owns the data, who owns the future, whoever understands the customer, any marketer, any retailer in a brand, who has that level of information about the shopper, about us in this room, is going to absolutely win. And also they're ruthless. And they're ruthless because they focus on one simple thing, and that's everyone in this room and their customers and the shopper. How we shop, where we shop, what we buy and why we buy it. And because of that customer centricity, they are relentlessly winning a greater share of our wallet. So, one of the key things, we've almost got this paradoxy of choice. We're overwhelmed, we're inundated with choice, and that often confuses and compounds what we buy. It often reduces the likelihood to shop. One of the things that private label does is brings in simplicity. And that gives us, or that creates, retailer loyalty over brand loyalty. And that, for Amazon, reinforces and strengthens the Amazon first mindset. So we now already start many of our journeys at Amazon. We're going to end them at Amazon because we're going to buy products that we know and we trust through them. So on this screen, there's some very easy to identify a private label from Amazon. Some even have Amazon or Prime on them. There's a bit of giveaway. But there's quite a few there which might not look initially as they are an Amazon brand. But there's also a few here, and if you can spot the ones that are flashing up, they're not private label brands. They're another one we've got to watch out for. They're digital native brands. They're the ones who are actually nibbling away a bit of share. It could be a brand on the other side of the world that's taking a little bit of share of that category. So these digital native brands are the ones who understand how to win the digital shopper and understand how to win on Amazon. But we can also start to see that Amazon, they're not afraid to fail fast. They test and learn. They try new things. So a bit of a timeline here of what Amazon has done with private label. We can see that, yeah, they tried a few categories, a few quick and easy categories, the ones they were really good at when they first launched. And then it was like, well, actually, we've done too much. It's not quite winning, but you know what? It doesn't matter. We've tried. We've now learned from that. And we've taken that data and taken that understanding to finalize and finite what we're doing. Then it's actually, let's try out new categories. Let's see. We want to be a complete consumables business. We want to be this absolute everything shop for everyone. We need to actually go into new categories. So let's start with what our core customer. Let's start with mums. Let's start with parent and baby. Let's build up that credibility. Let's build up that trust. In some of those categories, they might have failed, but again, they learned from it. Now we start to see the expansion, and we start to see the expansion in some of their core categories they're looking for in terms of big bets. Grocery, beauty, fashion. Fashion, no one thinks about Amazon for fashion, but they're starting to build some real credibility in that space. And that's because, as I said before, whoever owns the data owns the future. Whoever starts to understand what the shoppers are buying, what they're looking for, we can start to see that actually, we start to say copying, greater form of flattery. They start to say, well, actually, which products are selling well? Which items are selling well? Why is it selling well? Bring out their own product, undercut on price, and then layer in their expertise. On the right-hand side, we saw in the last presentation about batteries. Absolutely, those Amazon basics is starting to win share. That credibility and that trust in the brand and of Amazon and leveraging the entire ecosystem is absolutely true. Now, if you, again, an example, asking this device here to buy batteries, Duracell doesn't even come up. But it's not just about that. You can see on the left-hand side of the screen here, you can actually start to see how they're leveraging all their A+ content, all their AMG, AWS, all that data and great rich content to sell the lifestyle rather than the actual product. Leveraging all of that and giving it to them via, versus brands. That's going to be hugely impactful. But other brands can fight back and actually start to leverage this kind of platform and leverage these tools as well on the Amazon platform. But you can start to see the level of rich content that will certainly help convert and certainly help educate and build trust in the private label ranges. But it's also, again, we start to see where they're starting to hedge their bets, where they're really starting to ramp up their credibilities. So, Wickedly Prime, the most recently launched one, that's about strengthening their fresh and their food credentials. That's about reinforcing their credentials as a grocery player, as they really start to lay down some of what they're looking to do there. But we can see how that is now escalating. We can see how, again, it's focusing on their key categories of the mums, and then now start looking at their big bet of grocery. Talking about their big bet of grocery, we've heard a lot about this. One of the main reasons they're looking to do that is to build efficiency and effectivity in the supply chain when they're looking to roll out fresh, but also to, again, reinforce their credentials. The speed at which they took the private label from Whole Foods and got it on their site was formidable. The way they did it and how efficiently and effectively they did it actually demonstrates how they're building and strengthening that private label. Here in the UK, Whole Foods has been on Amazon for quite some time, but there's a bit of a competition again with the Morrison's private label. But the way they are now beginning to leverage the power of private label from others, and especially this acquisition, is really going to be a big threat to other brands on the site. Talking of their reinforcing their fashion credentials. I don't think a few years ago anyone would have thought, I'm going to go and do my clothes shopping at Amazon. I don't care if it comes to me tomorrow. I don't care if it comes to me now. Other big brands have been doing that for quite a while. Think of Next, think of Net-a-Porter. They are not just leveraging their amazing content to reinforce that. They've got the device there which makes, she's turned off, right? Alexa look quite tame. Echo, look, actually takes pictures and recommends what you should be buying. That's another device which is gathering, guess what? A huge amount of data about what you're buying, where you're buying it, what you wear, what you don't wear. Virtual wardrobe about that shopper, that personalized shopping assistant. It's a little bit creepy in my mind, but hey. But what you can start to see here again is it's not just leveraging all their A+ content. It's not just leveraging all their AMG and AWS. It's other devices that are in your home that, again, starts to build up a greater picture for them to start building a greater, more personalized category and more personalized products. And that's where we talk about, it's not just about their own private label that they're strengthening. It's not about all that data and all that information that they're using and leveraging to create more really fantastic products that are going to resonate. Digital native brands, those who win online are not the same who win in store. The big winners in store, yeah, they know how to work. They know how to get the purchasing, the conversion rates. So those who win online know how to play the online game. They know how to leverage all the different parts of the Amazon ecosystem to effectively win the online shelf. At the top there, Starbucks the winner. At the bottom, when we look at who's winning online, it's not Starbucks. So they are the guys who are leveraging all the data. They're the guys who are beginning to leverage all the toolkit that Amazon provides. So 2 last quick slides in terms of what next, just to leave you with a few things to think about. Because first of all, yes, the increasing role of private label Amazon, it is going to continue. They're going to continue to look for new opportunities, new categories that are doing well, and they're going to use that data that we're all sharing to actually to win in that category. But brands can succeed. Digital native brands, as we looked at, can succeed on Amazon. And no category is safe. They will identify the next opportunity, and they will go in there with a lower price, they will go in there with a better product, all based on data. And that's where we talk about Amazon being a friend or a foe. They're a friend to begin with, but then they might use all that data to become a bit of a foe. And then finally, just 3 things. Not a comprehensive list of what you should do to fight back by any means, but certainly start to understand the reviews, because the reviews and recommendations are incredibly important for private label. If you look at what Amazon did, they didn't launch anything until they knew the customer loved it. And then it's also about the paid versus organic search to understand how you can gain greater visibility, and shoppability, and discoverability, not just in store, but as voice starts to take over. And tailor product offerings. If you look what private label is doing on the different platforms across Amazon, it is appropriate to the platform on which it's sold on. And brands can learn a huge amount about how they can leverage Amazon's ecosystem and platforms to actually fulfill the right shopper mission and occasion. So that was a very whistle-stop tour of private label. Thanks very much.